Oliver, Mr. Oliver's resource page. Mr. Oliver, Mr. Oliver, Mr. Oliver's resource page. Mr. Oliver, Mr. Oliver, Mr. Oliver's resource page. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hey y'all, let's get right into it. Tonight's homework is all about decimal division, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna cover a couple differences in how you treat different problems depending on the type of decimal division problem it is. All right, so the first thing that you really want to get into is you have to identify two things, all right? Two things. I need you to be able to identify the dividend and the divisor, okay? Because it's very important, depending on what type of number is in the dividend or the divisor, is going to depend on what we going to do, okay? Because it's different. If you got a decimal in your divisor spot, you treat it differently than when you have a decimal in your dividend spot. So let's get right into it, okay? The dividend. What is the dividend? Tell me so I can hear you. I'm listening. I can't hear you though. Okay, so I'll just go on and I'll just let you know because you don't want to talk. You want to be quiet. We gonna get right into it, okay? The dividend is what is being divided, all right? So you all know division problems usually start out, one cool thing about division problems is they usually start out, the journey is one way, all right? It's usually you're starting with a number and it's divided and then it's being divided by another number. So in this case, the dividend is always going to be the number that's being divided. So it's going to be the first number you see in a division problem. Got that? Write it down. Now write it down. I'll wait. Actually, I don't have time to wait. So we just going to go and keep going. Get into it, okay? Stay with me, all right? So the dividend is what's being divided. So obviously, the divisor is what it's being divided by, all right? So you'll have a problem and it might be the problem we're going to go over, I think it's going to be a 4 divided by 8/10. And then we have it like vice versa. So in that problem, 4 divided by 8/10, 4 would be your dividend. The 8/10 would be your divisor. All right. So the thing is, that's the first thing you want to identify. Which one is your dividend and which is your divisor? Because the next thing that you need to do is, depending on which one, depending on what type of number is in either situation, is really going to let us know how we want to attack that problem. Okay? So let's think about it. Like our dividend in the problem I mentioned, 4 divided by 8/10. Okay, so 4 would be the dividend, 8/10 would be the divisor. Okay? And we're going to compare that to another problem because we're going to touch base on both problems and do like a compare and contrast thing. Y'all like how I did that? That could be the compare and contrast dance. Y'all like that? No, okay. Y'all usually hate when I be dancing, but it's all good. We gonna move on. When we have 8/10 divided by 4, in that case, our dividend is 8/10 and our divisor would be 4. Okay, the reason why this is really important, guys, is because like that problem I just mentioned, 8/10 divided by 4, we have a 4 as our divisor. Now the thing is, if we have a regular number in our divisor, we good, we gravy, we Gucci. Okay, if you got just a whole number in your divisor, we are Gucci. Okay, just handle the problem as you regularly would and just divide regularly and just keep your decimal point where it needs to be. Okay, so yeah, like that one, we are fine. We're just going to divide regular. All right, now when we're comparing it to that other problem, 4 divided by 8/10 is your divisor. Now that's when we have a little problem. That's when things get a little more tricky. I apologize if I'm starting to sweat. This shirt is kind of flannel. And I'm shooting this in my room and it's kind of hot because I got this bright light vying in my eye because I wanted to start shooting the videos different because you all said I fell off. I could never fall off. I'm Himothy Motion. Y'all know my name. I could never fall. But let's get back on topic. All right, so what happens is when you have a decimal as your divisor, it's a little trickier to deal with, okay? Our best bet is to try and remove that decimal from the divisor. So we talked about that a little bit the other day. What we want to do when we trying to do that, let me see y'all. I'm trying to stay in the screen, but y'all see me when I was playing that little, being that rabbit. Y'all don't like it when I play that bunny rabbit, okay? I say all that because you want to hippity hop, bunny hop that decimal out of your divisor. We don't want it around. You divisor, why you got a decimal? We trying to get rid of you. We need to get rid of you. Rid of you. Okay. So what we want to do is bunny hop. We want to hop that decimal out of our divisor. Now, so let's talk about it. All right. 4 divided by 8/10. In our divisor, we have that 8/10. Our first goal is to remove that 8/10. So what we need to do is use what we know about a powers of 10 when we're multiplying. Okay. Now what we do know is when we multiply that power, well, multiply any number, especially a decimal, by a power of 10, it's going to move the decimal one place. Okay. So when we multiply our goal, what we should do is multiply 8/10 by 10. And what it's going to do is shift that 8 to the left, which really moves the decimal point to the right. So you can look at it either way. You can look at it, it's really shifting the number all the way to the left. But for this example, we'll make it to where it just talks about how we're going to move that decimal one place over. Okay? So, like I said, 4 divided by 8/10. Let's hibbity hop that decimal and multiply that by 10. What that's going to do is move that decimal place. And now it's an 8 in our divisor. Okay? That's cool. We like that now. But the thing is, whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. Okay? So when we hibbity hopped our decimal out, you have to do the same thing on the other side. So we hibbity hopped our decimal out of our divisor. Now we need to do what we did to our dividend to keep our equation balanced. Y'all know I love to be talking about some balance. I love some balance talk, okay? So we're going to hibbity hop, bunny hop, the same way we only hopped one time because that's all we had to do because it was in the tenths place. It turned that 8/10 into 8 wholes. So now we're going to take that 4. Right now it's a 4 in the ones place, which means the next thing over is our decimal point. Okay? So that 4, we have our decimal point. We are going to hibbity hop that decimal point the exact same way that we hibbity hopped it with our 8/10. Does that make sense? All right. Now, when we do that, what is the new number? Tell me. We hibbity hopped it. It was a 4. Now, when you bunny hop the decimal point over, what is the new number? Y'all don't get quiet now. Never mind. I just tell you because y'all acting quiet. Well, we don't do the quiet. We don't do the silence. Okay. So when we hop it out, it turns that 4 into 40. So now we have a problem where, not a problem, but we have a division expression, equation that is a lot easier for us to deal with mentally, okay? Because now we hibbity hop that decimal out the divisor. Now it's an 8 is our divisor. We hibbity hop that 4 the same way. Now it's a 40. So our problem that was 4 divided by 8/10 is now 40 divided by 8. You like how I did that? I just made a big point. 40 divided by 8. 40. I almost fell. 40 divided by 8. All right. And that's a lot easier to deal with. And you can even if you're trying to do that problem, you can do that in your head. Okay. Take your time. 40 divided by 8. We ain't even really got to do long division for that. Think about it. Okay. Even if you want to count on your fingers. 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 12. 24 plus 8 is 2. 32 plus 8 is 40. So what we essentially did was we turned a problem that had a decimal point in our divisor, which can be hard to deal with in our head kind of, and we turned that into a much easier problem, okay? Now that's what you want to do when you have a decimal point in your divisor. Now on the other side, we have, on the other side, we have 4/10 divided by 8. No, I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. On the other side, we have 8/10 divided by 4. So, identify your dividend in divisor. 8/10 this time is your dividend. And now your divisor is 4. Now, when we look at our divisor, because it's all about our divisor, not to say we only, but we're really worried about that divisor. If we can get that divisor to look like something that we want it to look like, we are in good shape. And in this case, it's already a whole number. So look, we can just kind of treat this how it is, okay? You can literally just say, okay, 8/10 divided by 4. And when you divide 8 divided by 4 and keep that decimal point in the same place, your answer would be 2/10. Okay? So I say all that to say this. If your divisor is a whole number, you Gucci, you gravy, 100, whatever the kids like to say. You in there. Okay? Now, if we do not, I repeat, if we do not have a whole number in our divisor, what you need to do is bunny hop that decimal point out of the divisor. Okay? So, different terms, bunny hops. Okay? I need for you to be able to know, how do I properly remove that decimal from my divisor? These are my expectations. The homework makes reference to bunny hops. Yeah, knock it out. Okay? Basically, I give you 6 questions at the start. If you paid any attention with this video, you're not going to have any problem answering those 6 questions. Stop being lazy. Just do the work. Okay? Y'all, please, look, come here. Let me tell you a secret. Stop trying to get over. Stop trying to finesse. Just do the work. Stop copying off other people. It ain't necessary. All the time that you spending trying to get over on Mr. Oliver, trying to get over on little old Mr. Oliver, is it really worth it? Is it worth it? The time you putting in, it could really just be applied to doing the work. I don't know. But we'll talk about that another day. Y'all be getting on my nerves with that. But, all right, so I got I think 4 more problems that are similar to this. But like I said, I'm going to have something on this side where you do have a divisor, where there's a decimal in that you got to hop it out. And then on the other side, you can compare it to a problem where you don't have one in the divisor. Okay? All right. Y'all get out of my face. Y'all know I'm quick to tell y'all, hey, get out of my face. I'm tired of y'all. Okay? I don't know. That sounded disrespectful. But I'll see you guys. All right. 4 tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value, tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value, tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value, tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value. 1/10 equals 10 hundred equals 100,000. Yeah, we getting. 1/10 equals 10 hundred equals 100,000. Yeah, we getting money. 1/10 equals 10 hundred equals 100,000. Yeah, we getting. 1/10 equals 10 hundred equals 100,000. Yeah, we getting money. Tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value, tenths, hundreds, thousands, to the right, tenths, hundreds, thousands, placement value.